Democracy has always been questioned in regards to true democracy to people. In the 1800s, with the invention of the printing press, newspapers opened a first door to democracy to people around the world. Then, with the invention of the radio and television, this door to democracy became wider for people to have access to information. However, this was only a one-way communication. With the invention of the internet, social media tools had changed this one-way communication to a two-way communication where people have a voice, creating a true democracy. In the United States, the internet provided a new way for people to organize and mobilize. Joe Trippi, the man who reinvented campaigning, said that what Barack Obama and his campaign achieved in 2008 qualifies as yet another quantum leap in campaigning, in the use of the internet, and in our democratic history. During the presidential campaign, Barack Obama used social media tools, creating this way a platform for young people to talk about politics with their peers. He created accounts in Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, and many more. And for the first time, everyone had a voice about this campaign. People could check the facts about the information given to them and were able to make a more informed decision. Social media is not being used for the same purposes in other democratic countries like Chile and Egypt as in the United States. However, social media in democratic countries is bringing hope for a better democratic system. In Chile, younger generations are using social media tools to talk about political issues to bring a better democratic nation. Whereas in Egypt, social media is positively affecting Egyptians, hoping to change the current political system and bring a better understanding about democracy.
With only 2% of unemployment rate, Chile has one of the strongest economies in South America. Santiago de Chile is considered one of the most modern cities in all Latin America. However, not everything was great in Chile before. In 1973, Chile experienced their own 9/11. General Augusto Pinochet took over the country, taking the power away from Salvador Allende, the president of Chile at that time. Since then, the country has been divided into people who supported Pinochet from the center-right and people who supported Salvador Allende from the center-left. This historical event had prevented Chileans to be able to freely speak about their political views. First, due to the dictatorship of Pinochet from 1973 to 1990, and later, due to the political division among the Chilean people. Chileans have to be very careful with what they say about politics. As a result, younger generations, in order to avoid any confrontation with their neighbors, co-workers, friends, and family members, have decided to stay away from politics. However, social media tools have brought a safe platform for younger generations to talk about politics. They have created Facebook, link platforms, and other communities like blogs and forums. They are communicating among each other about their political views. The most controversial subject in these social media communities is that they don't vote because the candidates are always the same. Since 1990, the presidents of Chile have come from the same coalition. Currently, there are two coalitions in Chile. The population in Chile is over 16 million, and there is about 11.5 million of Chileans that are eligible to vote, but only 6.2 million have voted, and only 15% of the voting population is younger than 35 years old. This means that the next president can win with only 27% of the votes. Young people in Chile protest for different causes, such as bad school education, teacher salaries, or transportation issues. However, they don't vote. Social media tools have opened a door for younger people to start talking. Perhaps in the next future, they will use it to elect their next president, as we did in the United States.
In the Arab Republic of Egypt, the relationship between society and state has long been a controversial issue. Throughout history, Egyptians have been suffering from wars, poverty, famine, diseases, oppression, violence, drugs, crimes, lack of education, and the list continues. Clearly, this is an indication of a continuing situation of political system failure. But the question here is the wide use of social media bringing a new hope for democracy in the Egyptian land? The modern political system in Egypt has been transformed during the times of Nasser, Sadat, and Mubarak's regimes since 1956 until now. The political party system has transformed from a weak single party to an equally weak multi-party system under Sadat 1970 to 1981. Sadat empowered the president with even more rights, such as the power to issue laws in economic matters. He removed the limit on the number of times anyone could serve as president. With Mubarak's current regime and his presidential election system, I doubt the possibility of having a democratic political system, since he has been in presidency for 28 years now. More recently, he has won the election with 88.5% of the votes. But with the fact that he cannot be the president forever, he has been promoting his son to be the next president of Egypt. Egypt is the most populous country in the Middle East. It has a population of over 78 million in 2006, 90% of Muslims, 9% of Coptic Orthodox, and 1% of other Christians. Economically, Egyptians have been striving to maintain a stable financial status, but with a population growth rate of 1.75% and the limited sources of income, there is a dramatic decrease of the country's economy. This decrease led to a series of outcomes such as unemployment, lack of education, poverty, immigration, famine, spread of diseases, violence, drugs, crimes, and child labor and abuse. In some cases, many Egyptians have developed a sense of cold feelings and apathy as a result of the extensive use of cheap drugs. In other cases, Egyptians have found other ways to escape this democratic drama by comedy. Recently, MBC channel has released a documentary regarding the connection between low economic level of the country and comedy in Egypt. Egyptians have the greatest sense of humor among other Arabs. They could spend hours sharing jokes with friends and family members. In addition, they have the largest business of the comedian theater in the Middle East. Psychologists say that Egyptians' comedy is a way to escape economic reality. On the other hand, many Egyptians have recently protested against their government in Cairo. Demonstrators are asking Mubarak to step down and calling for elections, rejecting a fifth term for the president that has been ruling the country with emergency law since 1981 after the assassination of President Anwar Sadat, or to introduce significant democratic reforms. The slogan held by the demonstrators was Kifaya, which means enough, is a grassroots reform initiative. It is now suffering from a loss of membership and momentum. Social media now is playing a significant role in opposing the current regime and bringing together more activists online. Facebook, Flickr, and Twitter accounts have been created to speak up and protest digitally, in addition to other online communities. But with the turned government of Egypt, bloggers and online activists are put in prison for free speech and demanding human rights, such as the famous case of Karim Amer's imprisonment. This battle between state and democracy will remain for not a short period of time. According to history, Egyptians are not only fighters, but winning fighters.
Social media has opened a door for people to communicate their thoughts regarding politics. However, the way that these tools are being used depends on the historical events of those particular countries. Just because it's being used in one way in the United States, that doesn't mean that it can be used the same way in other countries. The United States model works great for the United States, but not in other parts of the world. People find their own ways to use these tools and bring democracy to their countries. In Chile, as a way to freely talk about politics, and in Egypt, to bring political change.